Closing. That prompt, that Star Wars prompt is awesome.
It's amazing. I really love it.
Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can't hear you. Oh, okay, hold on.
Oh, you can't hear me?
Is it my fault?
No, let me check. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. There, can you hear me? Oh, that should be good.
That's better. I can hear you. You can hear me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we are live, which is great. I'm glad people I like it when I'm not on stream when people come in to see my streams. Okay, we're back. So this is for people joining us. We're gonna try and make some MCP stuff happen. I wanted to play with all the cool stuff y'all are cooking over there at Microsoft. This is Patrick Chanezon again. We just did a podcast, and this time I'm going to write some code. First of all, have you played with the Spring AI stuff, the MCP stuff?
I haven't, but I know Julien created a repo on that, and I think he talked about it at Devox France this week.
Okay. I will.
I'll check it out on his GitHub repo. Let me check it out.
Well, can I just show you it? It's easier that way.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just closing browser instances here, okay? I've got too many apps open, and the trick is not to close the stream.
Yeah.
Very important. Okay.
Julien Dubois GitHub.
Julien Dubois is amazing. Love Julien.
Yes.
Julien, le top. Okay, and then so that's closed. Everything's fine.
Oh, it's LangChain. Okay, so let me see. I think he had some CLI MCP LangChain.
Share my screen. Here we go. Ready? Can you see that?
All right. Spring Initializer. That's where all the good projects start.
Absolutely. Let me. Okay. So basically, for people who are joining us, we're going to look at MCP. That's Model Context Protocol. This is created by Anthropic, and it was a tool for their Claude desktop application, but it's since become a standard. And in the weeks right after they announced that, the Spring AI team put together a Java SDK and an integration for Spring AI. That core Java SDK integration has become the de facto. It's in fact, we donated it to Anthropic, right? And so it is the official Java SDK for MCP. And so, if you want to do MCP, the core stuff is written by the Spring AI team, and then naturally the integration in Spring is second to none, right? It's just really well done since we are also developing the SDK. So what I'm hoping today is to marry that possibility with the stuff that Patrick is saying exists for GitHub, which is I can now drive GitHub stuff via MCP, and for Azure, right? And so I don't even know how I would test that. That would be kind of fun as well. So let's do the simple Hello World demo just to make sure we're on the same page. So I'm going to build an MCP AI app client. Like this is in the MCP world, you have a client which talks to MCP services. And the thing I think most people are expecting is that there's a desktop app that embeds a client, right? And that client can be Visual Studio Code. It could be Klein, C-Line, whatever that's called. It could be Cloud Desktop. I think Sam Altman just tweeted a few weeks ago or a week ago that OpenAI will eventually support this stuff. So, there's definitely desktop clients that support this stuff, but you can also just use it from your own code. So let's create an MCP client application. Here's the MCP client support, web support, and I'll use an AI model. Doesn't matter what. Okay, I'm using Java 24 and GraalVM because I like production. So I won't use anything old. Let me see if I have junk in the downloads directory. Get rid of all that. Okay. Enter. Client.zip. Okay, so let's just do a hello world. This is a client application. Client application. And I want to ask, if I want to ask a question of like, what's a very interesting, boring, the thing I always do in my demos is the dog scheduler, right? Dog adoption scheduler. So there's this. And string schedule appointment, right? And so this is local. This is not MCP yet, but schedule an appointment to pick up a dog from a Pooch Palace location. That's the example I always do, is like a fictitious dog adoption agency, right? Because I'm constantly trying to give away my terrible, terrible dog. Okay. So the name of the dog to pick up, and then int dog ID, and then that's tool param, the description, the ID of the dog to pick up. Okay. So far, so good. Patrick?
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Like just trying to basic thing. So read instant dot now dot to string, and then just to see that it's working, we'll make it like 3 days in the future. So it's like not centuries. We'd have to wait a long time. So now I'm going to create a little, just imagine a thing that will answer questions. It'll be a HTTP controller. So a bean. What's the right way to think about this? We can do it like this: router function, server response. Excuse me. And I'm going to use the Spring AI chat client to talk to a chat model. Okay. Say builder.build. Good. And there's that. And then we say router functions dot build, and we'll say dot get schedule. Okay. So now we're going to have a response body that gets created whenever somebody makes a request. And in that response body, we're going to forward the request to the model, which in turn, we're going to configure to know about this tool that we've got locally. So this is not MCP yet. It's just a tool to help schedule things local, okay, not MCP. So there's that dog adoption scheduler. And now the request comes in, and I ask my model. I'm injecting the model here. I'll say, okay, model, give me a response. So AI.prompt.system prompt. You're an AI assistant to help people adopt dogs from a fictitious dog adoption agency. Okay, and I'm gonna named Pooch Palace. Okay, and then I'll say call, and I'll get the content, and that's a string. And I'll just return that there. So body.of reply. Okay, there we go. So I'll return that and that, and on demand static. So now if we start that, what do we get? Let's just see if that works. Actually, we can just call this assistant. So, okay, go back over here, and it's a get, right? So go back to command line, HTTP 8080 assistant, and then the we don't have a question. Oh yeah, the question is, what's the question? Var question equals request dot path param, which is question, or else or else throws. Yeah, okay, whatever. New illegal. There you go. There you go. So there's my question, and I'm going to ask that to the. I'll pass that in as the user prompt. There you go. Restart. So now question equals when can I pick up the multi-poo from the San Francisco Pooch Palace location? Question mark. So that works, please. That's not what. It's too good. It's too useful. Let me get it to here. Desktop talk system prompt. You have to be very specific, otherwise it goes off reservation. So let me do that here. System. Okay.
Oh, I see.
There you go.
All right.
Okay. Let's start that again. Take 5. Prancer the dog.
Prancer, San Francisco later.
Oh, it's not. Well, it doesn't work. So, okay, hold on. You are an A. Okay. Oh, it doesn't know about the data. Right.
Yeah. You don't use your function in there.
Okay. Well, we have to do some quick work here. So let's create some data just to have a thing to work with, right? So dog.
Yeah.
String name, string owner, string description, and then I'll do desktop talk, and I'll do initdb, and then I'll create a Spring data, Spring Boot starter data JDBC. Okay, and I'll use Postgres as well. Add starters, Postgres. Hit OK, hit apply. Maven, sync project. Okay, location, schedule an appointment to pick up or adopt a dog from a pooch. Okay, there you go. Tool param, just get an idea of the name of the dog. Okay, and now we need to give it access to the data in the database. So interface, dog repository extends list of CRUD repository, dog, there you go. And we need to turn it into, we want to put it in the vector store, which I have running on my local machine. It's PG vector. So data source, spring.data source. Why is this, where's my build? Reload. Spring data JDBC, good. There you go. Data source dot URL, JDBC : Postgres, localhost my database. I'm going to say username. Username is my user, and then password is secret. Reload that. So do we know if that's worked? I don't know. I mean, we don't have the data in the vector store yet, but let's just see if that's got the dogs at least. Okay, and I can inject the repository. Okay, and I'll say return body. Okay, body repository.find all. Okay, there you go. Lambda restart. Okay, so HTTP 8080/dogs. Got some dogs. So now we need to put that in the vector store, and I'll just do that when the application starts up. So dog repository, vector store. Oh, I don't have the vector store stuff in the class path either. So it's dependency Spring AI starter vector store. I don't know, what is that? Spring AI advisors. Advisor? This is the one I always forget. Let me just cheat. Desktop talk. It's the, do you know what it is? Come on. Advisors, this one. Okay, copy and paste that. So if that works, I can then inject the old vector store there. And I can tell it to initialize the PG vector store. Do I have PG vector store? I must have it on the class path. I didn't add it to the class path because I didn't think about it over here. So we go back to the thing, PG vector, data JDBC. There you go. That's better. So we've got all this stuff. And I have to add that one other dependency. Again, I'll just do it from scratch. Copy and paste this. Copy and paste that. Command-Shift-I. Reload. Okay, everything's there, but it's not working yet. So now we just do repository.findAll.forEachDog. And we say var document equals new document ID name owner, description. Okay, dog ID name description. And we add that to the vector store. So vector store.add is list of document. And we can get rid of that. Restart 1,000th time. And then we want to tell this thing to look at the data. So advisor, new question answer advisor, vector store. Here we go. What's wrong with this? Oh, it's the Docker image doesn't have Postgres? The Docker image is not... oh. I don't have PG vector. It's just regular Postgres. So, okay. Okay, take 5. Unknown type vector. What did I do here? Insert into cat compose.yaml. That should be fine. Docker ps pg vector. So that's not the issue. It's something. It's what if I just connect to this? Test connection. And I need the SQL table. Initialize PG vector. Initialize. True. Okay, neat. So it's now initializing this database schema thing called vector store. At least it should be. There you go, vector store. And it's indexed. It's written out all the records. So now if I go ask it a question. So there you go, on April 20th. So right now it's the 17th. It says you can pick up Prancer from the Pooch Palace location on April 20th. All that is done is call that. It's called that local tool here, right? And it's just local, no MCP yet. And we can prove that it's worked by, come on, going down here, system out. There you go. Run that again. Oops, it's going to rerun this. I need to delete the data here. What's that? Delete this. Refresh. How much data do I have? Okay, so we don't want to initialize that code again, but we'll go over here. Say if false. And now I asked a question. Wait, does it? Come on. Just delete the rows. Restart the program one more time, just to make sure it actually vectorizes the data. So, still indexing, still vectorizing. What? Yes, I want you to. I've gotten a little far afield here, friend. Let me think about this. So, does it? Well, actually, do you have any? Let's ask if it knows about Prancer. When can I pick up? Wait, do you have any neurotic dogs? So it doesn't know about my data. So that's something simple. It's acting like it doesn't know about this data for some reason. It's initializing the schema. What else does it need? It's got the user prompt, the system prompt. The question is coming in. Here's the data we're writing out. It's ID, name, and description.
But what's your if false that you added in there?
The what?
The if false.
Yeah. So when the program starts up, I need to take the data and write it to the vector store so I can do RAG on the data. And I've got this advisor, which will then search the vector store for data when we do a request. And I'm using this fully initialized bean in here. So whenever a HTTP request comes, this is like a... So the question is, why isn't it seeing this dog, Prancer, demonic? Yeah, his ID is 25, name.
Right. Oh, I see. Okay, so you have it in the description.
If I move that over there. Well, let me see. Do you have? It's asking. It doesn't even. It should know Prancer at this point. Okay, we do have Prancer. Okay, good. So that's Prancer. So that's clearly working. So we can comment the RAG out. We don't have to re-index all the data and write it out to the RAG vector store.
Oh, I see.
The next problem we have is that there's no memory between one request to another. And so we create an advisor. So we can just say default advisor. Oh, actually, we can do it over here. New prompt chat memory advisor. .builder, new in-memory chat memory .build. So now we have memory. This is only going to work for one user. Obviously, you'd want to put this in a multi-tenant like map or something for each user, but it's just me right now, so who cares? Okay, so do you have any neurotic dogs? Yes, we have Prancer. Great. Now, fantastic. When can I schedule an appointment to pick up Prancer from the San Francisco location? Okay, San Francisco, April 20th, 3 days from now. And did that work? If we go to the console, it says scheduling appointment. So that's no MCP yet, but you get the idea. It's an AI flow. So now we go back to the MCP service that we're going to build by going over here. And we're just going to call that service. And this, we don't need the AI stuff. We don't need the client support. We don't need PG Vector or JDBC, but we do want MCP server. Now, we're going to use HTTP, but obviously there's a standard IO UAO service. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to, over here, over there, take this here, take that there, service application. We're going to cut and paste our logic from that to that. Bean model context protocol, method tool, callback provider. So this will export anything that's got those tool annotations as MCP services, right? So we can inject dog adoption scheduler, and this will run on port 8081 or something like that. Okay. And then we go back over here, and instead of using a local Java object, we'll use an MCP service. So MCP sync client, MCP sync client dot sync HTTP dot builder HTTP localhost 8081 dot build var MCP dot initialize return MCP. So that'll be the client. When it starts up, it's going to need to connect to this. And I can use that to then configure new sync MCP sync client. Okay, ask the same question again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. And now what about scheduling? April 20th. So here's the client and there's the server. Okay, so that's simple MCP end to end, right? Like all I had to do, everything else is just RAG and AI, that's not MCP, but to tell my Spring AI application to act as a client, you need to use the Model Context Protocol Java API here. And that's coming, this is actually from the Spring AI team. We built this code. It's just a different package now. And then that'll act as a client to an MCP service, which we are exporting over here on the MCP server side. And then we want our Spring AI chat client, which, and again, I'm using not Anthropic here. My model here is like OpenAI, right? But I could use Azure OpenAI, I could use Claude, I could use DeepSeek, I could use whatever I wanted, right? It doesn't matter. And then as long as I just tell it, hey, I'm going to be getting some of these tools from an MCP server like that, it'll just automatically make them available. So now, knowing what you do about how this works, how do we proceed with GitHub? Like this is a client, right?
Yeah, so you have your client. So what did you where did you define the MCP server that the client is calling there?
Here. And
there, this is your server class. So if you're a client, you just need to know the URL.
Yep, right there.
Okay, localhost. So for GitHub, you'd need to run the GitHub MCP server locally.
Oh, it's a standard IO one. I thought it would be like an HTTP one. Okay, so let's do that. So
it works. Let me see. Search for GitHub MCP server. I can paste it in the chat if you want.
Is it the GitHub's official MCP server?
Yeah, it's GitHub official MCP server, and there's how do you say?
Installation. Oh, there's a config file. Okay.
There's a config file, and there's I think there's a container for it. Or did I build it myself? Let me see. Oh yeah, Docker run. Yeah. So there's a container for it. So I'm passing it in the chat of this. Let me see. Can you see the chat there?
Let's see.
No, it doesn't let me paste some stuff.
Private. There's a private chat.
Let me go to the private chat then. Okay. Yeah, got it. So there's a Docker run command that I put in the private chat.
Thank you, sir.
You need to set a personal access token for yourself first.
Okay.
Set an variable with it.
Right. Okay. Let me.
Yeah.
I think I have a. I'm not going to actually hit enter.
Yeah, exactly. Don't show us your.
Just walking a very fine line. Okay. I'm not going to share my screen for a moment. Just give me a second.
Yeah. Stop the sharing and set the personal access token. And then once you run this, I think it runs in within your local Docker engine. It's going to run this process, and I think it opens a local. Actually, yeah.
Okay, so wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Creating a personal access token. Where do I even go? It's always okay. Developer something. I'm sure it's like in the profile, right? So
yeah, it's in your profile. Actually, if you go to the repo, it would probably. Let me see where. Okay, I'm giving you the URL you should go to for that. Copy link.
Settings personal access token.
Oh, okay, you got it.
Okay, generate a new token. Use GitHub Mobile.
Mm-hmm.
GitHub. Authenticating. Okay, so I'm going to call this GHMCP PAT. Actually, I could call it GHMCP Patrick. There you go.
Yep.
For a quick look at the GitHub MCP server. Okay, it'll expire in 1 day. Okay. Oh wow. Okay, so you can actually. that's so cool. Resource owner. Long attic. It doesn't see my other orgs. That's interesting. Huh. Well, okay, I'm going to create a new GitHub repository as well, because you can actually limit the things to which it has access, which is when I create the token, I can say it only has access to the following repositories, following orgs. And since that's true, I might as well just be very circumspect about it. So new Josh Long MCP demo, public, a demo for the MCP stuff. Apache 2 license to create the repository. So now if I go over here, so what permissions do I have? Do I need to like specify anything for the repository permissions for the token? Let me show you my screen. You can help me figure out whether I'm doing this right. Entire screen. So repository permissions. Anything I should know or not know? Access, no access?
No, I think that's fine. You just
It's only one repository. What can it do, right? There's only Oh, code space. Okay, that's interesting. Code space is metadata, read only. Secrets, commit statuses. Okay. Dependabot alerts.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff in the GitHub API.
Wow, it's so powerful. I mean, this is the operating system for software lifecycle, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Did I miss anything? Code space is metadata. I don't know what that is. Sure. Okay. So generate account user to access resources, block another user, secrets, Copilot chat. I mean, my email, sure. Events, view events by an activity, read only, followers, GPG keys, get SSH, interaction limits, knowledge bases, models. I have no idea. Starring, read and write, starring, okay. Whew. Okay, so I've got a token. It's gonna have a lot of permissions. Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen here for just a second.
Yeah.
Okay. Nobody can see that, right?
Let me see, because I'm looking in the GitHub repo for the MCP server. No, I can see your screen.
You can?
No, I cannot.
Okay. GHMCP. Okay. Okay. So now.
Okay, so it's an stdio server.
That's fine. I love those. So
yeah. And there's a command line that's called MCP curl that goes with it.
okay. So I can even so yeah, that's this right here, right? GitHub MCP server. Okay, so if I run it, I need to run this
because typically the client is going to start it if it's stdio.
Yeah. So actually, what happens when you run it with Docker? What does that do?
You do a docker -i so that you have the so your code should actually let me take a look. If you go to this, your code should launch the process.
Yep. Okay, that's no problem. So is there a JSON file for that?
Yeah, go to this. Are you in there? MCP server. Go to the. You can go to the MCP curl.
Where's MCP curl? Is that in here?
Yeah, click on the link I put in the chat.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Chat.
Yeah. Okay.
Chat.
Yeah. If you go down, you'll see what MCP curl does is that it does. It tells you, hey, the IO is coming from this. You just launch that and you connect to this. So I don't know, in Spring IO, in Spring AI, in your MCP client, do you have the ability to launch a process and get to the okay, so you just use this command there.
Okay, so can we try this right now first to just validate it? Does it support chat, basically? Like a REPL?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry, Josh, but I need to go in like 5 minutes.
Oh no. Okay, hold on. We're almost there.
Yeah.
So this is echo GH. 1 second.
Yeah.
Don't want to share my screen.
Yeah, for sure.
Stop sharing. Okay. Echo GH. Get,
this G.
I know. I'm trying to remember the environment variable that I created there. There you go. GH MCP pat with underscores. So now present this again. Share screen. Go. Entire screen. Go. Go back over here. And if we run that thing you just sent me. Okay.
But the thing I sent you, you'll need to build the client MCP curl.
Oh, okay. Wait. So what's the thing I can run without building something locally? I can run it locally.
I mean, VS Code. That's how I'm testing it out.
Oh. Okay, wait. GitHub. Where's the? You put it in the chat. Over here, GitHub, Google. Copy and paste this. I can just run MCP curl though, right? Does that do something useful on the command line?
Yeah. So what this MCP curl do is that it's a client. It's a Go client for this.
Okay.
But you need to build it first.
I have to build the Docker image for MCP curl?
No. Oh, maybe it's in. Oh, you're right. Maybe there's a Docker image for. Maybe MCP curl is built into the Docker image.
Oh, no, you're right. It's MCP. I gotta. Oh no, you're right. I understand what you're saying now. Okay, so MCP. Yeah, I'm sorry. My brain is.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Download this
CLI tool that.
Okay.
It connects to the MCP server via stdio.
Okay. Where is it? It's in. Hello. command, cd command, MCP curl. Oh, it's a go. Okay, that's easy. So just
Yeah.
it's a single source file. Okay.
Yeah.
So just go make, I guess.
Go build.
Go build. Yeah. Okay, that's what it was. Yes, let's go. Downloading the internet. Okay, now MCP curl. We have light. Okay, now let's run the command you just gave me.
Yeah, that's
which
it.
Is,
I think you had it somewhere.
This one.
I can paste it again if you want.
I got it. Thank you, my friend.
It's in there.
Path is code. Okay. Now if I do this, okay.
Yeah.
And then I want to do the command that you just gave me, which is
that. Yeah. All right. Now we're talking.
But I give wrong environment variable, so let me do that again. So.
Oh yeah.
MCP pat, I think is what I called it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Tools. Oh, it's the help. Okay, so can it actually? Wait, what's the useful incantation? Look at that.
Hey, here you go.
So how do I create an issue? I don't know. Do you just put in like arbitrary string? Could not run it. Oh, okay. How do you specify? Oh, it's -- arguments. So it's
dash help.
Right, that'll tell me about how to use it. Okay, flags.
So MCP curl tools get issues and then flags. Issue number, owner string, repo string. There's
So that's definitely okay. We know that's working. I haven't tried. Let's just try it, I guess. Okay, so fine. So owner is Josh Long. Is it space or equals or what?
dash owner space like Josh Long. Dash repo, which repo you're using, and dash issue.
And then issue.
Yeah.
Doesn't work.
That's great.
Okay. Now that's number one. Will it just give me one?
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. It's not called. It's called Chinese.
Sorry. Dash get issue.
Oh, this is create issue.
Oh, issue underscore number. And you want to do a get issue because you said you didn't give it any write access, if I remember.
Oh, right. Okay. So get issue.
So do a get issue and issue number. Yeah, there you go. Success.
Now, for the actual, I mean, that is success. We've gotten the GitHub MCP server working.
So now what you need to do is to do that with within Spring and launch the MCP server via STDI. And I really need to go. I'm late for the next meeting. I'm sorry.
It was a lot of fun. Good, thank you. I'm gonna I'll get the last mile done.
It was fun. It's I actually hadn't digged into the client in there. So that's really cool.
This kind of stuff I think is like just we'll be able to orchestrate the world, you know. Do you remember all the excitement around REST and all that stuff and web services 20 years ago? It's finally here. Okay, Thank you for hanging out. See you later, my
Great.
friend.
Thanks,
Au revoir.
Josh, and bye, everyone.
Bye.
Rob TV and all the other listeners. Thanks. It was fun.
Bye. Cheers.
Bye.
Okay. You can hear both of me. Okay, good. Owner. Oh, okay. TV. Yeah, look at that. Okay. So this is good. We gotten quite. So which LLM is the AI using? So I'm using Spring AI. That is in turn using. What is that doing? That's in turn using I'm using OpenAI. It doesn't matter though. Spring AI has an abstraction. You can use it for everything, right? There's Amazon Bedrock, Gemini, Azure OpenAI, DeepSeek, Olama. There's dozens and dozens of different models out there that Spring AI supports. So that's fine. Now, I want, and they all support, most of them support tool calling, right? Basically, you can give them access to functions that exist in your code, and they'll do the right thing. So now let's get rid of the dog stuff for a moment, okay? I'm going to give it the tools there. That's fine. We don't need it to, we'll keep the memory, but we don't need to do the RAG stuff anymore. Don't need that. Don't need the dog's endpoint. Don't need the assistant endpoint to have a system prompt. So it's just going to be that, this, and there you go. Okay, that seems pretty straightforward, right? So that should be a generic AI model thing. And what we want to do is have it answer questions for us about my GitHub issue, okay? And in order to do that, we need to configure we need to act as a client, and you can do this manually. And now let me see if we can go check out the documentation, right? So, I haven't shared my screen. That is so embarrassing. There you go, sharing the screen. Okay, there we go. So you can see over here, all I've done is I've trimmed away some code. The client check. I've just gotten rid of the dog stuff, anything to do with dogs, right? And so at this point, really, I don't even need the database, I don't think. But what we got to do is tell this client to act not as an MCP client for this other MCP service that we built in Spring, but for a JSON config file. Yeah. So we go here, Spring AI. Okay, Spring AI, and we want. What do we want? We want the MCP support for how to specify the config. I think it might just be a property file. I mean, an attribute. Let me see if that's true. MCP JSON? No, config. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Client standard IO service config resources containing the MCP server's configuration. And then we say my GitHub.json. Okay, -config.json. So now we need to make sure that there's a file here called my GitHub config.json. Yeah. And then finally, that has to have the MCP config file format. So MCP JSON here, there's some examples in the Spring AI examples folder. Aha. Copy and paste that. So this is the file that you would use for Claude Desktop, right? Your Claude Desktop expects this to be in a well-known location in your machine. And when it launches, it'll show this little badge saying that it has awareness of these extra tools. And it'll say, I've got a tool called Brave Search, which will run this command with these arguments, right? You get the idea. So now we need to translate what Patrick helped us set up, this right over here, this MCP server, into this syntax. So the command is this. Okay, and argument 1 is that. And that is run. Let me just do that. Okay. And it's going to be -I. I should just -R. Okay. -E. And it's got to be this right here. And then that, and then this over here. So we don't need any more JSON. Okay. And then over here in the AI model, let's see if that works. I don't know. Let's see if it launches. I don't even know if that'll work correctly. Let's just try it. Nope. What did we do? What did we do? What did we do? Oh, right. We've got this MCP sync client. We don't want that at all. I just want MCP client, is it? Like, what does this property buy me exactly? I think it's supposed to result in the auto configuration of a client, right? That seems reasonable. Configure, okay, standard client, okay. So who uses this? Okay, MCP standard IO client auto configuration. Okay, list of named MCP client transports. Okay, bean. Oh, wow. I didn't know you could do that. Could you actually return a list of, I guess you could, but, so what happens if I go over here then? Does that, yeah, it does. Look at that. MCP, list of MCP sync clients. So can I give it that? No, that does not feel right. Okay, I'm not gonna lose time on this. We're gonna read the documentation. It's always a good idea anyway. Okay. So, okay, client utilities. So, list of sync tool specifications. Where's the By the way, this class right here, MCP hints. Look, I don't do much. You might say that, and you wouldn't be wrong, okay? But where's the source code? What the? Where's my? Oh, wait. This one over here. There. See, I did a thing. Like, this does a lot of work. It's 10 lines of code, but it does work. So there you go. MCP hints class. Okay, Gravium native images. All I want is the auto configuration with a property file. So got the MCP client stuff, standard IO properties, service configuration. Okay, resource containing the MCP service configuration in JSON format. Yeah. Oh, you can even just do it directly like this? Oh, that might be that's the ticket right there. Wait, unless it wants me, well, I've already done the work of converting it into this, but it's nice to know I can just pass in the properties. So let's do that. And then what do I do? Like, how does my chat client know what to do there? You know? Usage example. So here's two different MCP things. Okay. Oh, you have to enable that. Okay, so tool. Wait, MCP client. Why does that not give me auto completion? Does that make a difference though? Let's just see if that does a thing. No, it doesn't. So, like, does the chat client builder automatically pre-configure have that? Oh, this. Why would it? So it's looking for the list of MCP sync clients. It's so weird that it's exporting a list. I don't even know if that should be expected to work, right? Well, okay. So actually, let's do default tools. I don't know. Almost. Could not open servlet context resource. Aha. Okay, so we're close. My GitHub -config JSON. Okay, and it's just a class path. Okay, no problem. Okay, now we're cooking because it doesn't know about the path. That's fair. Let's just run this on the local machine, huh? So do we have MCP curl here? Yes. So cd downloads client spring boot :run. Error received unknown command, standard IO server command for MCP curl. So what is this looking for? Well, we had the working incantation over here somewhere, didn't we? Yeah. Oh, wait, is it all one big command? Let's see. Like what it wants is me to do that. Is this all one big? It might be just one big string. What do you think? So going over here, how we doing? Oh, am I sharing my screen? Yeah, I'm sharing my screen. Okay, good. Okay, so we go over here, almost there. Docker run. Get rid of all that. One big thing. And then put that in there. Run it again. Huh? Okay. So now, HTTP 8080 in, what did I call it? Assistant, right? Assistant question equals tell me about the code, about the GitHub issue number 1 in Josh Long. What did I call it? This one? No. That one? No. This one. This one. Okay. Connection refused. Well, I'll be. So what did, what's that about? It started up, right? It looks happy. Why is it having a bad time over here? Whoa. Error creating name with MCP tool callbacks. Okay, I am sort of wondering if I put export path equals path, and then I put a mcp.sh. Put all that in there. And so where's my little command? Okay. Let's just see if that works. Like, again, if I just do MCP. Okay. Good. But is that going to work with standard I/O? Would I have to do like what is it? Is it asterisk? Git issue repo Josh Long. Sorry. GitHub MCP demo, I think I called it. MCP server issue 1. So where did Patrick? Let's see, private chat. He put this here. Yeah, I'm not sure. We're having issues with getting the thing started correctly. Like once it's started, I'm sure we'll be okay. GitHub MCP Pat. Okay. Tools. What does the docs for this thing say too, by the way? If we go to this, oh gosh, I'm so dumb. Okay, I'm so dumb. Wait, actually, will that work? Yeah, it'll work. That's using the Docker image. Is it using, it's not even using MCP server or MCP curl. So what does MCP curl do then? I don't understand the difference. Do I need an environment if it's already in my environment? Okay, let me stop sharing my screen here to change the environment variable used for the MCP token, huh? Shops. Okay, let me see what you got in the comments. Yeah, MCP server is it's just a matter of starting it. Well, to those of you who are going to bed, good night. Yeah, you're right. I should open the chat. I used to do that. I'm usually pretty good about that, but it's been a long day. Let's see here. Yo, hold on. I'll be right back after these messages. Gotta check and make sure something's okay. Don't move. I'll be right back. Hello. Okay. Okay. So I'm signing into the StreamYard. Okay. Doing the multi-factor OAuth dance. Give me a second here, people. I gotta log in. This stuff is the worst part about having software is it's all so secure. You can't do anything. 5 logins later, I have access to my keys so I can log in. Oh. I'm not even sure. Like, I just want to log in. Okay, almost there. Okay. Test, test, test. All right. Okay. So now I've got the chat. Going on the side there. Share my screen. Call it a good. Okay. All right. So where were we? So now we've got the question on what we're supposed to be running. Oh, I was supposed to. Okay, sorry, I got this. You know that my better half, she asked me if I left if she left her keys here, so I'm gonna have to go get that. I completely forgot. My goal here, I guess I can pass in any environment variable, right? That's what we agree on. So if I understand this correctly, then this is the config file I want, and as long as it's got the same environment variable that I'm using, then who cares, right? So put that in there, and then what was it? I had a GHMCP pat, GHMCP pat, GHMCP pat. I don't know that I need this because it's already a global environment variable in my operating system. Okay. Oh, it's because it's in Docker? Probably not. It must be a, yeah. Okay, so let's try running this again. Maven w spring boot :run. Okay, definitely something happening. Oh, GitHub personal access token not set. Okay, so it has to be named exactly that. But at least we know an error. Well, that's an error I can fix. Okay, so does that have to be set in the config file here? Or can it be an actual operating system variable? Either way, this is me not sharing my screen again. Give me 1 second. Stop screen, okay. And close that. Okay. And what was the error? It was Maven WS Spring. Okay. Okay. Get a personal access token is not set. So the issue is still, I think it has to be in the Docker image itself. Let me share my screen again so that people are like more on the same page. Okay. So if we go here, yeah, I removed it because I'm not sure if I needed to like, do I need to put the actual token in the JSON file? That seems problematic. Oh, you can do $. Oh, does that work? Okay, wait. Let's try that. So when we do this, you can put a thing that'll be evaluated in the shell. Is that the idea? Okay, so I go back to the GitHub MCP thing, and then go down env. Oh, look at that. Okay. So this is just, I guess, if this is running on GitHub Actions, what is input GitHub token? Okay. I renamed the environment variable to be that. Will that work? I don't know. Fatal. GitHub personal access token not set. Okay. Well, let's see here. This is Cloud Desktop. I don't know. Okay, let's try this a different way. Let's go back to the Java code, commented out that, and we'll just do it the old-fashioned way. So bean MCP sync client return client dot standard IO server parameters object matter. Okay. What is this? So server parameters dot build okay. What is this? String command. And then the command is just literally what I just gave it, right? Surely. So go to the command line. Is it? And I need the actual MCP server itself. Do I just want to build this? I think I should just build it. It's just Go. How hard can it be? Go. Docker file. Desktop, git clone. Oh. 1 second. And then it was GH MCP pat, but I removed that, right? And so now I'm just like, it's the same. I have an environment variable in my operating system. That's the exact same as the one that it wants. So I thought that would have saved me some pain, but clearly not. And now I need to like authenticate just to log in, which is weird. Okay. So now go back to this. Now I go back to the browser. Okay, let me just make sure. Okay, so I have desktop, GitHub, okay, and famous last words, but go build. Nope. Okay. Let's see. Wait. Code of conduct. Contributing. README. Yikes. What? What have I done? Okay, wait. Okay, wait. Go build to build the bind. Okay, command GitHub MCP server, and then do go build. Okay, and we'll let that do its thing in the background there. Okay, done. That is really nice. So now we do GitHub MCP server. Okay, that's working. Now the config. I'll share my screen again. You can see my screen? Yeah, surely. So we need. Well, I don't know if we need the Docker image. I mean, it just needs a binary, literally. So, like any command that it can run that can do standard in and standard out. But I'm worried that process variables, environment variables are getting lost between Docker and my local host environment and all that. So, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run the thing locally. Built from source. That's exactly this. Right. And then what does this take exactly? Just literally the command, like, oh, it has args and a command. Okay, so builder, args. There you go. Okay, paste that. So the command is over here on my machine. So pwd / GitHub MCP server. So put that in here. Okay. And then for the arguments, args is just standard IO. And then I guess I need an environment variable, add environment variable. And it's just going to be this. Okay, I don't know if that's I think this might be redundant at this point, but whatever. Let's just try it out. Yeah. Okay. Take 722. Okay. Will it fail on eventual startup? Or do I need to like make a request first? I don't have direct access to external databases or repositories, including GitHub, so I can't provide specific details about issues in the repository. Well, that wasn't great. It still hasn't blown chunks over here, though. That feels like a win. Not much of one. Oh, that's because it doesn't have the tool. Okay, wait. We're close. Wait a minute. Let's see. So if we inject that one MCP sync client, okay. Yes. Oh, it worked. Okay. So details of GitHub issue number 1 in the repository are as follows. The title doesn't work. Body doesn't work. Status open. Created by Josh Long. That's me. Created at April 17th, 2025. Updated at, oh, finally. So that's pretty amazing, right? That's all. I mean, the hard part wasn't the making it work from our AI code. The hard part was writing, just exporting the binary in such a way that I could get to it easily. As soon as I got rid of the Docker image and all that questions around the environment variables and all that, it got a lot easier. So what I imagine then is, like, we're going to keep this. I'm definitely not, we're going to delete this. We're going to comment that out. Okay. And I'm going to rework this config file to do this. Yeah, paste that all in there. Do I need to do this? That's the only question. I don't want to have to encode an environment variable. And then the Java code is this. The binary, the native binary is this, I mean. Okay. So let's see if that works by itself. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Exactamente, Jose. Yeah. Por fin. Okay. So MCP sync client. Do I need to inject a list of them, or does it automatically know about that as long as I have this properties there? I've got that. Come on. We are so close. Unrecognized field GitHub. But oh, Cloud Desktop. That's this one right here. Okay. Command. Don't need that. Don't think I need that. Okay, 522. Args cannot be null. I mean, who said they're null? They're just empty. Oh, args is standard IO, right? Right, that's true. Okay, so args. Okay. Okay, now we're cooking. Let's see if it works. Ah, so close. Default tools. I need a list of MCP sync clients. Okay. Oh, much better. So that one worked. Okay. So you can either do this, which works, or you can specify this config file, right? Point it to the binary and tell the argument how you want to run the MCP server. And as long as you've got that environment variable somewhere, as I do, then the program will start up and do the right thing for you. And now Spring AI from your model, you know, like I'm not specifying Git issue or anything like that. I'm just saying, tell me stuff about a GitHub organization ticket. So what else can I ask it about? Like, let's see. What about commits? Does it know about like Git commit history? When was the last commit to? And actually, I don't even know if I have a one of these. README. Sure. Okay, so that's that's awesome. We like I feel kind of drunk with power here, and it might just be the sugar-free Coca-Cola, but nonetheless, this is pretty cool. This is actually a lot more fun than I thought it'd be. Because I mean, when was the last time you wanted to like control GitHub? You know, you could use Whisper, right? So I'm using Spring AI here. It in turn is talking as a client to the MCP service, and you can deploy. Again, this config file that's for GitHub, but there's thousands of other MCP services, and you can define them all like that, right? And now GitHub, now my Spring application, the model has access to all these different tools. So, and there's really, like I said, there's directories of MCP directories. There's actually things you can use to find other MCP services. And then there's actually a directory I saw the other day of a directory of directories. So I don't know. This kind of stuff is like, super powerful. Okay, that's been fun for me. I think I'm gonna like call it good. I actually have to get some work done, and then I'm taking a 3-day weekend. Maybe I'll be on stream. No, I definitely will actually on Saturday. I'll be talking to Alexei Stukalov, who's on the JetBrains IntelliJ idea. He's the lead. He's the lead of the whole project, as far as I understand. He'll be talking to us about the just dropped 2025.1 release of JetBrains IntelliJ idea and all that cool stuff there. And I don't know what else we'll talk about, but I'm sure it'll be good. As always, I'll put this code without my personal access token in github.com/coffee-software show. Is it? I don't know. Let me see. I just work here. Let's see. Coffee software show. Nope. I think it's just this one. No, come on. What am I doing? So tired. That's not it. That's a nice one. I'm sure it's great. It's just not mine. There you go. This one. GitHub.com Coffee Software Show. Okay, so I'll put all the code there, and you can play along at home. So yeah, thanks everybody. Hope you had a great day. Hope you're having a good one. Have a great weekend, and see you Saturday. Like I said, Alexei will be joining us. It'll be afternoon California time though. So I reckon a lot of people on the planet will be asleep by then. And if you can join me though, if you join us, it'll be a lot of fun. He'll be taking questions and all that. No, actually, wait. It'll be afternoon for him. Do we have that on the YouTube channel already? It might be morning for us. Actually, what am I saying? Live. IntelliJ. Yeah. 10 o'clock a.m. Never mind. It's actually very early in the morning. It's 10 o'clock in the morning, California time, which should be quite copacetic for people in other parts of the world. So, early evening for Western Europe, right? Yeah. Okay. Bye, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Yep. Cheers. Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye. Thanks. Appreciate you all. Yeah. Good debugging. Good job, everybody. That was awesome. I'm like, yeah. I don't want to do that again. Okay. Bye-bye.